Imagine you're driving down the side of an interstate, enjoying the beautiful sunny day with your windows down and the music playing, and then all of a sudden you feel a thud come out from your car's backside. You look in your rearview mirror and you see your tire being skidded across the ground like how an angry parent drags their stubborn child. For many people, they think the scenario will never happen to them, or they don't even contemplate it in the first place. But for others, including myself, this reality did in fact happen. Hello, my name is Darius Johnson, and today I'll be helping you learn the basics of changing your vehicle's tire. In a review called 60% People Can't Change a Flat Tire, but Most Can Google It by NBC News in 2016 and Nicole Spector, a whopping 60% of owners did not feel safe changing their own tire. To me, this number is absurdly high, and I aim to lower it with this speech. Starting off, the steps to changing your tire is lifting your car off the ground with a car jack, loosening and taking off the current tire, and then tightening on and putting on a new tire. It's pretty easy. So let's start with what you actually need to change your tire, the essential tools. The only tools a person really needs to change their tire is a lug wrench, a car jack, and another or new spare tire to change into. Your vehicle may actually come with these tools, so check the manual to see if it does and locate them if it even has them in the first place. And if you're lucky, that saves yourself some both time and money. If you're like me and your tire blew on the side of an interstate but don't have these tools, call the roadside assistance of your choosing, and if you don't know that, your associated insurance may also have one. Before taking off your tire, you and your vehicle need to be in a safe place. In his 2002 article for Popular Mechanics titled Changing a Tire, Mike Allen says, when changing a tire, the first and most important thing to do is get the vehicle to a safe area, far enough from the side of the road to save yourself from becoming road pizza. You need to make sure that your engine is off and in parked setting, and that your parking brake is in and also set. And make sure your hazard lights are on if you're on the side of the road like how I was. This is vital for making sure safety is present during all times of a tire change. But besides this preface, let's start with actually getting the tire off. First, place your car jack in an appropriate place to jack the car off the ground so you can remove the tire itself. Consult your vehicle's manual for an appropriate place to insert the jack under, depending on which tire needs to be changed. If you're in an absolute pinch, you can use the axle to jack the car up, but only in emergency settings should this be done. It can ruin your car's differential, transmission, what have you. And rotate the mechanism of the jack clockwise to raise it, and therefore raising your car. And this can be done with a variety of means depending on your jack type, but just use whatever is easiest. For me, I started off using my lug nut wrench, and fortunately I had a screwdriver on hand to change rotate the jack because I personally found that easier. You should only raise your vehicle just enough to remove the tire off of the ground. Next, almost all tires have 5 lug nuts. These are like the caps to the bottle that keep your tire on your vehicle. They form a pentagram shape on your wheels and are taken off by the socket end of your lug nut wrench and rotating them counterclockwise like so. Take all of them off, and once that's done, your tire should be free to remove. This can be hard to pull off as well, as you can see, but just try your best with leverage to help. Now, my tread was blown off, and it was giving me trouble actually getting the tire off because it was stuck. If this happens, you can play around with the angle of the tire to see if it helps, or raise your vehicle to see if that helps as well. But congratulations, the hardest steps are over. You can now safely remove your vehicle's old tire. And I'll also say a good rule of thumb is to place a broken tire underneath your vehicle's frame, so that in the case of your vehicle falling, if it were to fall, the tire acts as a failsafe between you and your car. Next, you need to locate your spare tire. The way a spare tire is attached depends on the make and model of your vehicle, so visit your vehicle's manual to find out both where the spare may be and also how to get it off. Once you have the spare or new tire in possession, place it on the bolts of the wheel where the old tire was. Then after the new tire is on the bolts, take the lug nuts you removed from the old tire to fasten onto the new tire. Like before, use the lug nut wrench to tighten the screws clockwise. When doing this, you don't want to have the bolts too tight, so only tight to where it gives a decent amount of resistance and then a little bit more. This should also be done in a star pattern, meaning tighten one, skip one, tighten again, and then repeat for even tightening. Now, place the old tire in a spot where it can be safely stored for the rest of your drive. And after the underneath of your vehicle is clear, slowly turn the car jack counterclockwise to loosen it and lower your vehicle slowly back to the ground. The final step in changing your tire is to again tighten the lug nuts in a star pattern once the tire is on the ground, because the weight of the vehicle may alter the tightness of the bolts. Then, gather your tools and also put them in a safe storage spot, and if need be, visit an air station and give the new tire the proper PSI that it needs, which can also be found in your vehicle's manual. And that's it. The steps to changing your tire are jacking your car off the ground in a safe and appropriate manner, removing the lug nuts from your current tire and removing the tire itself, and then putting the new tire on in an almost opposite series of events. I hope you drive away with this speech with something more useful than the flat tire that I had.